Hey there, my name is LexC and welcome to the hot take. Today's hot take is music is a money grab and has become a way to scam artists. That's right, I said it. Music is a money grab and the industry has become a way to scam money out of artists. Why do I present this hot take to you today? It's simple. We're getting into the topic of falling out of love with music for the upcoming LexCAT episode. So I thought this hot take just paired perfectly with this LexCAT. And the reason why I feel like the music industry is a scam is because, now don't get me wrong, every industry has some kind of barrier that you have to overcome to enter into the industry, right? But I just feel like music industry in general has so many barriers and so many politics and so many things that you have to keep in mind before you even begin to think that you can be successful in the industry. And the reason why I say it's a scam is because there are literally so many ways to make money off of artists, and it's so expensive to play in this game, essentially, right? So let me run you down to an event that I did a few years ago in New York. I'm not going to say the event because it was a good experience for me and it's something that I think I needed to do. But once I realized how often events like this go on, I was like, dang, they got me too. So everybody knows that artists want to be successful, right? And everybody knows that artists are typically very hungry for that success, and they'll be willing to do a lot of stuff that maybe is not the smartest, or, you know, stuff that they should have thought through before they did, right? So I entered this competition that was not in my city or state. It was all the way up in New York. And I was invited by a DJ who hit me up in my Instagram DM, said, hey, do you want to come do this thing? There's a chance to win some cash money or a chance to have a meeting with some big name executives in the industry. I say, hell yeah, I want to do it. It's $200 to perform. All right, cool. I pay half of it, pay the rest when I get there. I pay for my flight to New York. I pay for my stay in a hotel. I pay for my food. I pay for everything because in my mind, you know, the DJ, he checked out, he was legit. And this seemed to be like, you know, a cool opportunity. And I got to go to New York and I said, let me take a chance on myself. I go up there, get to the event, and it's a glorified artist showcase. It's not a vetted experience like it had been presented to me. It's not, oh, we chose 10 artists for this opportunity. No, whatever pitch was pitched to me was literally pitched to like 50 other artists. This event in New York did not start until like 9 or 10 at night. And we went until 2 or 3 in the morning. Everybody got to perform one song, y'all. I paid, this was just probably like an $800 trip, honestly. $200 to $300 for the plane, $200 for the event. Let's call that $500. And then it was about $200 for Ubers and Lyfts and the hotel. So let's just call this like an $800 trip, right? All of that just to perform one song for the opportunity to maybe win some money. I think it was like a $50,000 cash prize, or to have a meeting with some industry executives. And they said who the people were, but like I didn't do any research, to be honest. And I'm just thinking to myself like, dang, even with the possibility of winning some prize money, right? You got to think about how much money they made off of that event. I see it all the time in Atlanta too, right? Because artists are so hungry and they're so eager to prove themselves to people. They'll enter into these competitions that cost a lot of money to be a part of. And of course, invest money into looking good and, you know, bringing out your whole crew and paying for them to be in the spot too. If you get, let me see, $200, right? Times 50 people. Okay, maybe it wasn't a $50,000 thing, but, and I also know that not everybody paid $200. Some people paid more. But if you got 50 people paying $200, that's $10,000 right there. And they're only doing one song. It was a glorified showcase, y'all. It was a glorified showcase. Nothing came of it. I met a couple people. I didn't win the competition, obviously. And it wasn't until years later that you kind of realize, like, oh, as I became smarter and grew in like understanding and recognizing the tactics that a lot of industry people will use to make money off of artists, it's like, oh, whoever the winner was, this was already kind of predestined to happen, and they were already in talks that this person was going to be the winner. There was never an opportunity for me to win. This was just an opportunity to line the pockets of some of these industry people who are reputable industry people, but they're in on the game. And I scraped together, I had the money, I think, or I threw it on a credit card. Nope, I threw it on a credit card. I didn't have the money. I had the $200, but I decided to invest in myself and throw the rest of the trip on my credit card. And looking back, I'm just like, man, that was an $800 trip. Imagine if I would have taken that $800 and done a photo shoot for myself. Imagine if I would have taken that $800 and done a video shoot for myself, or if I would have, even better, put that $800 towards a marketing and promoting budget for whatever song. At that point, I was very fresh. Like my first song, Hey, had just been put out onto all streaming platforms. So I didn't even have my first album yet. But had I known better, I could have taken that $800 and put it towards marketing and put it towards a music video and put it towards literally anything else that would be investing, buying a piece of gear, literally anything else that would have helped me more directly than spending all of that money to go up to New York and try for that opportunity that I thought was so good. And it wasn't. It's just legit industry people are in on the fact that artists make an easy lick. And I know some people be like, well, you didn't have to go all the way up to New York. But when you think about it, I've met people who come to Atlanta, they drop everything from wherever they came from. They come up in a car. They don't look for a job. They go straight to the clubs to perform at these open mics. And an open mic, sometimes it might be $10 to get in, $20 to get in, and they'll say stuff like, oh, this includes one song, or $50 to get in and you can perform 2 songs, or bring 10 people and perform for free, but everybody pays $10. So the venue is getting $100 from the 10 people. And you as the artist is putting in the legwork of bringing people to the venue to spend money at the club. Because that's what they're betting on. When you bring your group, they're betting that y'all are going to spend money with the establishment. So they made money off of you on a cover charge, and they made money off of you on the drinks. And if they sold food and you bought food, they made money off of the food, right? That's part of the whole deal. And then, so I don't want to get like too crazy with this, but a lot of times legit industry people will throw these events because it's an easy lick to get some money. Like I said, there was 50 people in that building. It was a small ass club too in New York. The Club Pyramid, I think it was called, but I'm not going to say the event. So let me not be too messy. But it was a tiny event, and literally at least 20 people per hour. I felt proud of myself for, I went alone. I didn't even go with anybody because I couldn't afford to pay anybody to come with me. So I went it alone. It was a good experience back then, but like I could have spent the money on something else. So these industry people, they'll be legit. They'll sell the names to you because I think the names for who you were going to have a meeting with was going to be legit, but they'll sell the names to you. And then they'll tell you, like another example would be like in Atlanta, we have this festival called A3C. And what a lot of people didn't realize is that if the venue you are at is not an A3C certified venue, then you're just spending your money to perform at some random venue that's taking advantage of the fact that A3C is happening all over the city. So they're capitalizing off of the festival's name. And I've seen crazy prices like, hey, do you want to come out to perform? They'll hit me up in the DM. You want to come out to perform? It's going to be $350 for a 5-minute set. And I'm like, excuse me? I'm not paying that much money for 5 minutes. You know what I could do with $350 instead of playing on a stage at a venue that's not certified by the A3C itself, and nobody's going to be like, man. When you get hip to the kind of games and tactics that the industry throws out there to make a quick buck, you stop being so worried about getting out there at everything that looks like it might be an opportunity. And you start to think of things in dollars, because this whole industry is dollars, right? It's expensive to be a part of. And that's why everybody is so money hungry as well. It's expensive to be a part of, and everyone's trying to maintain an image like they are so rich or like they got it like that, when really they're scheming on how to come up off the next artist. And I don't like the industry, y'all. It's slavery, it's pimping, it's a lot of things. If it weren't, no, I still love music. It's just I don't love the music industry. All of this to say though, right? You got to be careful that you're not so hungry that you're not using basic sense. I won't say common sense, because as a new artist, you just don't know out the gate, right? But when you slow down and you think about the basics of what's about to happen, I'm a brand new artist and somebody is trying to sell me an audience, basically. It's like paying for streams on Spotify. It's like paying to have bots like your pictures 1,000 times, but you only got 2 comments. It doesn't make sense. And you only got 200 followers. You know what I'm saying? It's like doing that. Why would I pay $3.50 for a 5-minute set when I could use that money to invest in myself? And a lot of the people will try to twist. That's why I have such a beef with, and I did a hot take on this. That's why I have such a beef with the phrases, you got to be different. You got to invest in yourself. You got to do something unique. I have beef with those phrases because some people will hit you with the, oh, you don't want to pay $3.50 to perform for 5 minutes. You must not be serious about your career because you don't want to invest in yourself. When no, you are absolutely smart and well within your mind for declining something like that, because why would you throw $350 down the drain for the opportunity to perform in front of people? And then when you get there, the people you're performing in front of are other artists. So you're not even building an audience. You're just building a network. And that's cool, but you don't want to build a network. You want to build an audience. You need an audience to be successful and to buy your stuff, because other artists are listening to their own music. They're not listening to everybody else's music, you know? They're not buying everybody else's music because they're doing the same thing as you. They're trying to get other people to buy their stuff. So it doesn't make sense to pay $3.50. So I just don't let anybody make you feel bad for not spending a crazy amount of money for a crazy thing that's not even really an opportunity. You know, the music industry, unfortunately, and maybe it's because I'm in Atlanta, there are so many opportunities to make money off of artists out here, especially like clubs will have, it'll be a regular club, right? Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But on Wednesday, you got to pay to get in and perform. It's like you pay to go to karaoke. It's like you pay to go to a talent show. And that might be cool to attract the business in there, but it's an easy lick off of artists because, you know, they're so hungry to perform in front of somebody. And the education for how to spend dollars on marketing is just not there. So it is an easy lick for everybody to come up off of an artist. We're not even going to get into how rappers get hit the most because they just try so hard to look so cool. But anyway, that's my hot take. The music industry. Let me make sure I read this properly. That's my hot take. Music industry is a money grab, and it has become a way to scam artists out of money for lack of knowledge, because the artists lack knowledge. If you, as an artist, took the time to study where your money should go, besides the recording studio, you should know what mixing and mastering is. You should know that you need cover art, and maybe you should do a photo shoot. Maybe you should do a video shoot. And then you should know that, all right, if my main platform is digital, how am I marketing on these digital spaces? You should learn all of that before you get too excited about paying somebody $300 for one song on stage, maybe 2 songs at a 5-minute set. Most songs are like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes these days. That's maybe 2 songs. It's not worth it. you could have spent 4 to 5 hours in the studio for $300, $350, you know? So I just want y'all to be cautious about that. And I want to encourage any new artists, don't be so hungry to be seen that you abandon basic sense. Don't be so hungry to be seen that you throw your money at performing when you should be throwing your money at getting a wider audience. And let me tell you that $350 at a venue for 5 minutes that's not even certified by the festival or whatever event, you will end up performing for 10 to 20 people when you could have spent $50 on YouTube, for example, and gotten thousands of impressions. I'm just saying. And not that it's going to guarantee your audience, but you have a far greater reach with that little bit of money compared to $350 to perform in front of people who don't care who you are anyway. So take heed. Be careful out there. Y'all take it easy. This is LexC. That was my hot take. Make sure y'all tune in to make sure that y'all, my mind is all over the place. Make sure that y'all stay tuned for the Lex Chat coming up in the next couple of days. My name is LexC. Till next time. Peace.
I ain't playing games, but I'm winning. If I had a choice, cut checks, not feelings. But they never really want to give a real one options. But they feel it when you op them. I just gotta laugh, cause he popping his chest, think I'm coming back. While he talking, I really just want the stick. Could be betching, but he started going bad. It's not even about all these other women. Sit him down because it ain't no competition. It's about honesty.